Hello students, welcome back to Master YouTube channel. Public exam start ஆக போற இந்த டைம்ல எல்லா ஸ்டூடண்ட்ஸ் இம்பார்ட்டன்ட் क्वेश्चंस கிடைச்சா நல்லா இருக்கும்னு ஃபீல் பண்ணுவீங்க. இந்த வீடியோல ஸ்டூடண்ட்ஸ் உங்களுக்காக 11th standard physics unit 1 to 5 வரைக்கும் உள்ள இம்பார்ட்டன்ட் क्वेश्चंस தான் பார்க்க போறோம். First 2 mark unit 1ல இருக்கக்கூடிய 2 mark பாத்தீங்கன்னா first question write short notes on the following. Part A rounding off, part B dimensionless quantities. Next question, write about the types of physical quantities. Next, define precision and accuracy with one example. Next, unit 2ல இருக்கக்கூடிய important 2 marks பாத்தீங்கன்னா first question, define a radian. Next, explain what is mean by Cartesian coordinate system. Next, define velocity and speed. Next, what is non-uniform circular motion. Next, unit 3 இதுல இருக்கக்கூடிய important 2 marks பாத்தீங்கன்னா first question, define 1 Newton. Next, explain various types of friction. Suggest a few methods to reduce friction. Next, what is the meaning by pseudo force? Next, state Newton's third law. Next, what are inertial frames? Next question, under what condition will a car skid on a leveled circular road? Next, what are concurrent forces? State Lami's theorem. Next, unit 4ல இருக்கக்கூடிய important 2 mark பாத்தீங்கன்னா first question, write the various types of potential energy. Explain the formulae. Next, define the following. Part A, coefficient of restitution. Part B, power. Part C, law of conservation of energy. Part D, laws of kinetic energy in inelastic collision. Next, unit 5 இதுல இருக்கக்கூடிய important 2 marks பாத்தீங்கன்னா first question, define center of mass. Next question, define torque and mention its unit. Next, give any 2 examples of torque in day-to-day life. Next, define couple. Next, state principle of movements. Next, what is the condition for pure rolling? Next, 3 mark unit 1ல இருக்கக்கூடிய important 3 mark questions பாத்தீங்கன்னா first question, how will you measure the diameter of the moon using parallax method? Next question, write the rules for determining significant figures. Next question, what are the limitations of dimensional analysis? Next question, principle of homogeneity of dimensions. Next, unit 2ல இருக்கக்கூடிய important 3 mark பாத்தீங்கன்னா first question, how do you deduce that two vectors are perpendicular? Next, what is the difference between velocity and average velocity? Next, write down the kinematic equation for angular motion. Next question, define angular displacement and angular velocity. Next, unit 3ல இருக்கக்கூடிய important 3 mark questions பாத்தீங்கன்னா first question, explain the concept of inertia. Write 2 examples each for inertia of motion, inertia of rest and inertia of direction. Next, state Newton's second law. Next, show that impulse is the change of momentum. Next question, using free body diagram, show that it is easy to pull an object than to push it. Next question, state the empirical laws of static and kinetic friction. Next question, explain the need for banging of tracks. Next, unit 4ல இருக்கக்கூடிய important 3 mark question பாத்தீங்கன்னா first question, write the differences between conservative and non-conservative forces. Give 2 examples each. Next, explain the characteristics of elastic and inelastic collision. Next question, arrive at an expression for power and velocity. Give some examples for the same. Next, unit 5ல இருக்கக்கூடிய important 3 mark questions பாத்தீங்கன்னா first question, find out the center of mass for the given geometrical structures. Part A, equilateral triangle. Part B, cylinder. Part C, square. Next question, what are the conditions in which force cannot produce torque? Next question, what is the relation between torque and angular momentum? Next question, explain the method to find the center of gravity of a irregularly shaped lamina. Next question, state and prove perpendicular axis theorem. Next, 5 mark questions unit 1ல இருக்கக்கூடிய important 5 mark பாத்தீங்கன்னா first question, write a note on triangulation method and radar method to measure larger distances. Next, explain in detail the various types of errors. Next, what do you mean by propagation of errors? explain the propagation of errors in addition and multiplication. Next, unit 2ல இருக்கக்கூடிய இம்பார்ட்டன்டான 5 மார்க் क्वेश्चंस பாத்தீங்கன்னா, first question, explain the scalar product of two vectors and its properties. Next question, explain the vector product of two vectors and its properties. Next question, explain in detail the triangle law of addition. Next, derive the kinematic equation of motion for constant acceleration. Next question, explain projectile under an angular projection. Next question, derive the equation of motion, range and maximum height reached by the particle thrown at an oblique angle theta with respect to the horizontal direction. Next, unit 3ல இருக்கக்கூடிய இம்பார்ட்டன்டான 5 மார்க் क्वेश्चंस பாத்தீங்கன்னா, first question, prove the law of conservation of linear momentum. Use it to find the recoil velocity of a gun when a bullet is fired from it. Next question, explain the motion of blocks connected by a string in vertical motion. Next, horizontal motion. Next question, briefly explain the origin of friction. Show that in an inclined plane, angle of friction is equal to angle of repose. Next question, explain the similarities and differences of centripetal and centrifugal forces. Next, unit 4ல இருக்கக்கூடிய இம்பார்ட்டன்டான 5 மார்க் क्वेश्चंस பாத்தீங்கன்னா, first question, state and explain work energy principle. Mention any 3 examples for each. Next question, arrive at an expression for elastic collision in one dimension and discuss various cases. Next, unit 5ல இருக்கக்கூடிய இம்பார்ட்டன்டான 5 மார்க் क्वेश्चंस பாத்தீங்கன்னா, first question, explain the types of equilibrium with suitable examples. Next, explain why a cyclist bends while negotiating a curved road. Arrive at the expression for angle of bending for a given velocity. Next question, derive the expression for movement of inertia of a rod about its center and perpendicular to the rod. Next, derive the expression for movement of inertia of a uniform ring about an axis passing through the center and perpendicular to the plane. Next question, discuss rolling on inclined plane and arrive at the expression for the acceleration. Okay students, unit 1ல இருந்து unit 5 வரைக்கும் உள்ள இம்பார்ட்டன்ட் क्वेश्चंस என்னலாம்னு இப்போ உங்களுக்கு தெரிஞ்சிருக்கும். இந்த क्वेश्चंस எல்லாம் நல்லா படிச்சு உங்க எக்ஸாமுக்கு ப்ரிப்பேர் பண்ணுங்க. All the best for your examination. Thank you.